What's happening, everybody? Jamie with Salty Gears here. We're about to do a walk around of this. This is the Salty Gears Land Cruiser. It started its life as a stock LC200. We built it out, put a bunch of great gear on it. You'll notice it's a little dirty right now. We've had it out here in the beautiful Wasatch Mountains, getting it dirty. Hopefully that gives you guys an idea that we don't build mall crawlers here at Salty Gears. So let's get into the walk around. So let's start out the front here. You'll notice we have this really nice premium Ironman bumper, and also notice the color, because this kind of espresso chocolate color is a little bit of a theme throughout the whole vehicle, and I think it gives it some really nice touches. We move on down here. We got some Ironman armor as well. It's down there protecting the guts of the Land Cruiser. And then up in here we have a Ironman 12,000 pound winch. It's a little bit hard to see back there, but you know it's back there doing work. If you look kind of up in this area here, we got some cool machine stuff from Factor 55. And then I really like the white synthetic rope. I don't see white synthetic ropes very often, so that's kind of a cool little touch here. Moving up top, the winch control box is right here, so you can just plug your winch controller in there and then have full control of the winch itself. So the lighting on the front, you have two 6-inch code 4 amber LEDs. These are super nice if you're in a dusty environment, help you penetrate that dust a little bit better and see down the road a little bit farther than if you just had white LEDs. Let's move over to the side here and I'll show you some stuff. So you notice we have some pretty cool wheels and suspension here, but we'll get to those a little bit later. One thing I love about this Ironman 4x4 bumper is the sidebars and rails here. I really like these because if you're going through some tight areas, you've got some trees, they're gonna protect the side of your vehicle and you're not gonna have any body panel damage with these sidebars. They kind of continue down into the side steps. You got a cool little diamond plate step there, make getting in and out of the vehicle pretty easy. All right, so moving on up to the top, we have an Ikamper Skycamp 2.0 and it's sitting on top of a Prinsu 200 series rack. I really like the Ikamper. It's got a bunch of really cool features. It's super easy to just get to wherever your campsite is at the end of the day, open it up and go to sleep. There's also some cool aesthetic touches inside the tent. You got kind of this cool red outline as well as a map graphic in the back. And there's also some insulation you can get for it. So if you're a winter camper and you need a little bit more insulation in your tent, that is also a feature. The tent itself folds up nice and compact and it has a hard shell top. So it's nice and low profile and aerodynamic. So if you're on the highway and you're worried a little bit about gas mileage with some of these bigger width tents, this one's really nice because of its low profile. So if you couldn't tell from the tent, we built this thing to be a pretty serious overlanding rig. Back here, some really cool gear. So this whole system with the drawers and the shelving, this is the Goose Gear LC200 Ultimate Chef Package. It gives you a really awesome pull-out drawer. You can store food or recovery gear, whatever you want in here. Super smooth, super high quality. Over here you have a 2-burner stove, and then your propane hookups are back in there. And then up top here, I think is the coolest part. This is the Ironman 4x4 52 quart fridge/freezer. So it's either a fridge or a freezer. You can do one or the other, but not both. This thing is awesome. We took it to Moab a few months ago and midday, middle of the trail, we pulled out some ice cream sandwiches and they were completely frozen, no melting whatsoever. So it also acts as just a cooler. So if it's not hooked up to power, it is insulated pretty heavily. So if you just want to use it as a cooler, it'll work for that as well. So really cool fridge by Ironman 4x4. All right, so we can't really show you right now because it's underneath the vehicle, but we have the Gibson Elite exhaust on here. Makes the vehicle a little bit more throaty. All right, so now the moment you all been waiting for, we're gonna get to the suspension, and this really is the crowning jewel of this whole build. So we have the Icon Stage 6 suspension kit in here. If you look underneath here, you can see the Icon coilovers, as well as the remote reservoirs. You also have the machined aluminum upper control arm in here. This suspension also gives this vehicle a little bit of a lift for the Goodyear Wrangler tires. These are awesome, beefy, all-terrain tires, and they are mounted on these 20-inch black Rhino Cinco wheels. And you notice this color, it's also the same as the color on the bumpers that we talked about earlier. And guys, this suspension really is awesome. We were taking it out earlier this morning on a bunch of bumps, a bunch of rocks, and it is so smooth and nice to ride on. I like it a lot. All right, and that is the 2020 Salty Gears Land Cruiser build. We hope you guys enjoyed this walk around. Guys, we are doing builds like this on the daily. So if you like this one, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. You give us a follow on all of our socials. It really helps us make more content like this. We'll see you guys in the next one.